Our last speaker tonight is the 346th Vice-Chancellor of the University of Cambridge, Professor Stephen Toope. Stephen's academic interests include international law, human rights, and international development, all of which interface, of course, with CCI and the ELP's mission to conserve biodiversity and achieve sustainability. I'm delighted to say that Stephen made it a priority even before he took up his post as Vice-Chancellor last summer to visit us here in the David Attenborough building. And in his first year, he's become a powerful advocate for CCI as a collaboration between the university and civil society, and provided invaluable perspectives for CCI as we develop its own theory of change. So it's a great pleasure to welcome you here to say a few words, Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. Dear project leaders, distinguished guests. Well, to borrow a line from a previous Vice-Chancellor, I'm quite used to being the person between the audience and drinks, so I promise to be brief. I heard recently about the idea of shifting baseline syndrome in conservation, the phenomenon whereby we underestimate the true decline of nature because we start from an assumption that's already degraded. It seems to me that restoring the natural world is a powerful feat of creativity and imagination. And we're here today to celebrate extraordinary visionaries for a better future. Together, our project grantees have shown us green shoots of restored landscapes resurfacing beneath the damage that we've accepted as normal, revealing the maps of the natural world that we've lost. The Endangered Landscapes Programme does not try simply to slow the loss of biodiversity, but creates a positive agenda through which landscapes are restored for posterity. From summits to seas across Europe, these projects will return life and dignity to places and people, including 2 projects here in the UK, at a time when the divisions of political unions sadly seem deeper than at any other point in my lifetime. By restoring natural processes, improving the connection between biodiverse rich areas and species distribution, these projects will enable our landscapes to adapt to and mitigate the effects of climate change. We hope that the program will not only be effective in achieving its own aims, but will inspire others across Europe and the world to consider how they too can work to restore and improve landscapes for the future. Now, these projects are only possible because of the thoughtful philanthropy that we have already heard about. By founding the Endangered Landscapes Programme and the Cambridge Conservation Initiative, Lisbeth Rousing and Peter Baldwin have united Cambridge in common cause with our closest neighbours, reflecting our best selves, our best interests, and, I think, the best hope for future generations. Thank you, Lisbeth and Peter, for sparking us to move in the right directions. I say united Cambridge because CCI is itself a visionary alliance of the University of Cambridge and international biodiversity conservation organizations. Just as the Endangered Landscape Programme reaches across a continent to reconnect nature, so too CCI draws academics and students from across the university and integrates them with the best practice, policy, and international capacity beyond this institution. The accelerating loss of the natural world represents one of the greatest challenges to humanity of the 21st century. Building a better future requires a better understanding of nature and its values to people and the practical interventions required to support economic, social, and political transitions towards more equitable and effective stewardship of the planet. Cross-disciplinary and cross-sectoral collaboration, making research matter, is CCI's founding principle. Together, CCI's 10 partners form part of the world's leading cluster of conservation researchers, practitioners, educators, and policy specialists, with networks in over 180 nations around the world, representing an unparalleled critical mass of expertise. I think that it's vital that we lead the way, not only through research and education here at Cambridge, but by demonstrating the difference that research and education make across the world. So thank you again to Lisbeth and Peter. As Vice-Chancellor, I am immensely grateful for your support and immensely proud that you have entrusted such an exciting program to CCI. Thank you also to the team at Arcadia, who've been so instrumental in bringing this project into being. In addition, thank you to Sir John, Mike, David, and the CCI community. To the project grantees, I fully share your vision that a more equitable, dignified, and abundant future is possible, and I welcome your commitment to helping build that future through the Endangered Landscapes Programme. Thank you all.